Hey guys, Christian here. Today we got the Ford F150 STX model. This is the SuperCrew and this has a 4x4. Let's get into the specs. MSRP on this is $52,905. This has a 2.7 liter EcoBoost V6, though you can get a V8 if you want that. This has an electronic 10-speed automatic and it has 4-wheel drive. This has 325 horsepower, 400 torque. MPG is 18 city, 24 highway, and this weighs just under 5,000 pounds. Getting onto the outside, we have this in a nice Avalanche color. It basically looks like a gray, like a lighter, like destroyer gray, but it's a really good grade on this truck. Definitely, I think it gets like more looks than some of the other colors. It's a really good choice. Maybe you don't want the white or you don't want to go black. It's kind of like an in-between. And then final thing I want to mention is the wheels. So this has the 20-inch wheels. These are just standard. You can also option these out for like the 18s that they have or any other ones that you might like. But these are like a gray machine finish, and yeah, just kind of goes good with the car. On the front side, we have the headlamp. So I really like this like nice touch of orange on the headlamp. For me, it kind of just a little different from the usual, just like standard, just like headlamp. So it gives like a little touch of color. And you also have the daytime running lights in there. You have fog lamp as well as the bottom. So of course when it's foggy. And then you get 2 tow hooks as well too. So you have one down here and another one on this right side, which is only standard on some of the models, just in case you're wondering. You get the nice Ford symbol on the front and the whole front beefy bumper for the whole F150, or the F series as some people call it. But as you can see, the height of this, it's almost like here at my chest level. Kind of just shows like how tall trucks are, especially just like, I don't know, I sometimes think of all the squirrels on the road that are not alive anymore that may have been hit by a truck possibly. On the backside, we have the tail lights, and then you also have the F, kind of like the 4x4 symbol over here, which kind of just lets you know that has like the all-wheel drive. Just gives power to all the wheels, of course. You have the Ford symbol here in the center, just blue and white, which just goes really well. You have the tow hitch at the bottom as well too, and in case you gotta, of course, connect the lights for anything that you might be towing, just simply connect it there. And then to bring this down, I do want to give a quick mention. You have the backup camera right here as well too, but just simply pull on this, bring it down, and as you can see here, we have like the 5.5-foot bed. You have like a lot of things. So you have like some storage here on the left side, so you can maybe just store some cables or maybe just some like straps, so in case you need those. Left side and the right side as well too. And then of course you have like all these like things, so you could like actually tie things down really easily over here as well too. And as you can see on this model, so it actually has like no spraying liner or any like cover, so I probably definitely would recommend that just to protect a little bit better. Maybe the ones you either like push into it, or the ones that are like sprayed on, which you can get from the factory, or do it on your own as well too. And then one final thing over here I want to mention is you also have like a bottle opener. So really cool, maybe you're on the site, you need to open a bottle, whatever it might be. Of course not beer, but you simply just open it here and then yeah, you're good to go. And I'll show quickly just not the trunk challenge, but like the back of the bed challenge. As you can see now, I'm kind of just laying down back here in the cab. Again, 5.5-foot bed that goes from this way to this way. Of course, if you need to, you can have it all the way over here. That's kind of what these 2 things on the side for, besides being a bottle opener. You can also strap things down all the way over here to the end. Of course, also put a red flag or anything at the end in case it does go on beyond the truck bed, of course, too. One quick thing I want to mention, you do also have the latch over here in the back. So you have it on this side and also that side in case you want to use that, of course, too. So to get inside the car, you actually got to pull out the key real quick and you have to unlock it. You might be able to option out on the upper hand model, so you can actually just walk up to the car and unlock it. But this one, I will show off the key a bit. Standard buttons all in front, and then you get like the switchblade key. So I don't know, playing around with this is kind of fun. But assuming you have the car unlocked, simply just have the key in your pocket. And then you can see on the door, we actually get a ton of storage. So you get some up here, more for water bottles, a ton more water bottles, and even way more water bottles in case you're wondering. But it's just really good to have a lot of storage. But going on to the seat controls, in case you gotta adjust that, you have the lumbar on this one, you just simply adjust that one, the back part of the seat for this one. And of course, with like the seat location, you just simply move like this bar, and it will actually like move it. But I'll leave it there for right now, just so I could jump in. But it will be a bit of a jump, so you just have to get inside. So once inside, we have the steering wheel in front of us. So here on the steering wheel, kind of have like the Ford logo dead center. Nice feel to it. It is plastic, but I feel like it has like a nice grip to it. You have like this little part, kind of like sometimes just like to drive like this, just having my arm down here, or of course like the usual up here. But on the left side, we kind of have all the cruise control options, volume as well too. Right side, more of like an actual like settings for like the screen or anything you might quickly need to adjust. But behind the steering wheel, we also get like a 12-inch, they call it productive screen, and just kind of just simply shows like all the things you would actually need while you're driving. So between you and your passenger, you have another 12-inch screen, which is just really good. You can have like Android Auto, Apple CarPlay in case you want to, wireless of course too. Above that, you do get of course like just as simple, just like the auto start and stop. You have the traction control up there in case you quickly want to access that. But going below that, we have all the AC controls, and I do like, as usual, just a lot of like manual controls or physical controls. Just quickly get used to them, and especially when you're driving, you don't want to look at the screen, just quickly just touch. I know I keep repeating myself on all the videos, but I think just a nice touch to have like some physical controls. On the right side, we have a 12 volt, so you can just simply open that, connect whatever you need to. And then behind this little battery indicator, you actually have two USB-C ports, which is really good to have for charging things. And then really crazy enough, you have more storage here, but it has another USB-C port and a regular USB in case you want to plug in more things. And then on the left side, you also have like a space for your coins. So there's actually some quarters here in case you're wondering. You have some of like the modes, so in case you want to go 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive, and just kind of like more like the long. So just kind of just really nice adjustments. 2 cup holders as well too. You have another space here which you can kind of like pop your phone. Maybe you want to have it like sideways. So simply just have it here and it actually fits fine. I do feel if your case is pretty thick, it might actually not fit here. And then this doesn't have wireless charging, but you can option that out. You have more space on this side, so you can maybe put your phone here or maybe other things. Maybe a big water bottle, so maybe it doesn't fit into the 2 cup holder. You can just simply pop it over here or in that side, or of course on the seat as I always mention. And then you get 2 more cup holders back here, which are more meant for the back seats, but I just quickly want to give a quick mention for those. And it's kind of smart. So like, let's say you're driving here, as long as you don't have the seat 2 back, even if you have your arm like this, you won't knock down the drinks back there. But if you do have your arms, maybe like fidgeting a lot, or maybe you're like moving around a lot, you might knock down your friends, whatever drinks back there as well too. But here on the armrest, which is really nice and beefy, really chunky, I will say really thick as well too between you and your passenger. Just bring this up and I will show that there is like a ton of storage back there. You could have like your arm all the way down here and it's really just like big. So maybe water bottles, you want to keep them cool, or you could also have a lock here too. So maybe, I don't know, you're on the site with your employees or anything like that, or maybe it's your car. You don't want them accessing all your Oreos. You could just simply just have them here, lock it up, and you just simply just close this and no one has access to it. And I will mention a couple more things. So on the passenger side, I actually wanted to show there's actually a little bit of storage over here, and it actually says the F150 as well too. And then one final quick thing, if you look all the way by like the AC vent on your side, you can actually see the American flag over here, which is pretty cool. And you see it on both sides, which is just really nice to have as well too. So before I get inside, I want to mention again on the back doors as well, there's tons of storage in case you want to put anything on there. But let's say we jump inside. Nice little grab handle, a little bit of a jump in case you're wondering. But again, 3 seats, super spacious, definitely back here. My knee room is obviously like amazing. My headroom is obviously really good. No panoramic on this one, but again, really spacious back here, even with the black on top. But I want to just go into the seats. You do also get that nice little like yellow stitching that we had on the front. It just kind of just fits in with the whole kind of green that we saw on the outside. Green, yellow, I guess, kind of in between. You do get some space behind the seats as well. Maybe throw any documents back there. The 2 cup holders, as I mentioned as well too. You have 2 AC vents, and then you can also have like your, of course, your other charger down there. Then all the way at the bottom as well too, you get even more charging. So just simply just plug in 2 USB-C ports. And as you can see, yeah, just a lot of space back here for 3 full-on adults if you need it. And then a nice thing, let's just say maybe there's a lot of options. Let's say maybe you have your dog or groceries, you don't want to throw them in the trunk, or maybe it's really hot weather where you're at. Simply just bring up the seats. So on this side, brings them up really easily. I'll actually quickly just jump in, and you can actually pull up this one as well too. So pull up this one and you can see it's completely flat, no like transmission well or anything. And there's a lot of options, obviously, a lot of space for activities. So many activities! But besides that, you could have your dog back here. You know, you'd be completely fine back here. Really spacious, probably won't feel claustrophobic. Maybe have the window open a little bit. But at this point, a lot of space for like, I don't know, a lot of, groceries, or you could probably even lay down all the way here. But yeah, a lot of space for activities. So getting onto the drive for this car, so it kind of just drives as a typical truck would. And I will say it drives pretty supple. I know some truck suspensions are pretty, you kind of feel everything. It's really aggressive. But this one seems pretty all right. I think it's good. Being the F150, has obviously the extra weight, which kind of, I think always makes it a bit smoother as well too. This definitely has a big turning radius, just being the SuperCrew, so you have like the double cab, as some people say, you have the 5.5 foot bed. It's not the 6.5 or the 8 foot long bed, but still has a pretty wide turning radius. And I will mention, if you're trying to park this in a garage, if you have like a smaller garage, it might not fit. You might need like more of an extended garage at home, since trying to get this into the garage, it like barely almost fit, but it actually didn't fit in the end. But I think it's just the garage that I tried it in was a bit smaller. Quick mention to the backup camera. So it's kind of interesting. You get the whole 12-inch screen, which is really nice, especially when you're backing up, so you can see everything. And I will mention, you will see it's a bit like stretched on the sides because it actually uses kind of like 3 points of view. So simply just click up here, change it to the other camera angle, and it'll actually show up like the all 3 split up actually. And it's still really good. And I think that way you don't get like the stretching. It kind of just looks a little bit more, I guess, linear. I will say, maneuvering this, even though it's a pretty long truck, it's pretty easy to drive. I think like getting around town and everything, it's pretty easy to do. I didn't have any like struggle parking lots. It is a truck, so it is a bit longer. But I think finding parking spots or anything like that was completely fine. I'd say, of course, just if you see any compact parking, just simply avoid that. For the sound system of this car, it sounds good. I have no complaints with it. I will say that I think the car has like pretty decent insulation, like noise insulation. So it just kind of just makes the car sound really good. And I would say it has like no complaints against that. All right, guys, that completes the review for the Ford F150 with the SuperCrew, and it has the 4x4. And in case you're wondering, the 5.5 foot bed. But at this point, thank you again for watching and everything. Again, like, subscribe, send it to your friends, share it if you need to. I hope the video was helpful and everything. And at this point, I'm gonna try to jump into the car while also not trying to look too weird. But again, thank you. And again, till next time.